Good morning. It's December 28th. I think we're cleaning up Christmas a little bit. We have gotten most of the septic situation fixed. Just basically the yard over there. We're trying to wrap up, get all the mud back in place, but they couldn't get it scooped yesterday just because it's been raining so much. But the sun's out. We got our Christmas tree out. It was deader than a doornail, so it's headed down to the burn pile. And I think we're gonna burn. We've got a humongous pile down there that we haven't been able to burn because we've been in a drought. And Molly's, what? What is it? What do you got to say to everybody? I don't know what she's saying, but it must be important. So I'm headed outside for a little while. I gotta get some fresh air and check on the chickens. I've got lots of projects on the horizon in the greenhouse and seed starting, whatever else is going on around here. So let's go outside. It's chillier out here today. I think today we're just in the 40s, tonight in the 30s. So I've got to get my greenhouse stove going again. And this is the aftermath of our mess. Joe and Seth tried to shovel it yesterday, but shoveling mud gets a bit taxing. So we got the risers on the septic, so that's better. Now they can check it whenever they need to, much easier without having to get the excavator out here. So yeah, things are flowing, as my husband says. All right, let's go see what he's doing. Let's go check the burn pile. I know there was a huge pile down there. I think Seth's down there too. I always get nervous when they burn some huge pile. Now we do have a burn permit. I guess you still have to have one, but we've had a lot of rain, so today's a good day to do it. Ooh, goodness. Hey chickens. How are y'all doing? They got a little cleanup in their coop last night. Got a bunch of feathers up. What are you doing? This girl right here, she's got an attitude. Go on, Betty. Anyways, it looks good. I got that feeder hung. I like that a lot. Too wet to burn.
How much it rained? It poured. Soaked everything.
It's colder out here today. It may get started up. Like, what is that? What are y'all hollering about? Oh, somebody's laid an egg. No coaching eggs, but oh yes, there is. I think it was my frizzle. I saw her come in here last night. Look at that little thing. Hey, of course it's you. I'll try not to drop it. Oh, I need an egg basket. Why do I not get one? Well, that's going good. Look at big old hawk. Right there. Ooh. Alright guys, I had to go have lunch. I've been trying to get the basement in order. We've mopped it 1,000 times. Getting it pretty clean actually. Everything is smelling a lot better. And I've got some organization to do under here, so I think I'm going to do that in a few minutes after I go check the guys at the burn pile. But I have seeds. A bunch of okra seeds, and I've got some green beans, and I'm wanting to break those up and put those somewhere so I can get that stuff ready for, here's my green beans, there's some of them, and I want to get these ready for the upcoming season. I can't wait to start planting again. I'm getting excited about it, so this is a good time these next couple months to get everything organized and ready. And like I said, I will be seed starting pretty soon in the greenhouse, probably within the next couple weeks. My husband's got this week off, and maybe next week when he goes back to work, I'm going to start those things. All right, let's head down to the burn pile and see how it's going. Actually, I don't think they're down there. Well, Seth might be. I can hear hammering in the shop. I think they're working on the blessing box. That kind of took a step back for a few days with our setback. So we went and got some trim to put on it, some cedar trim, and it's almost time to send it over to the other person in our church who's going to be doing the base for it, and then we'll be taking it down to the church to concrete it in the ground on some posts. Blessing box update. It looks different than last time I've been down here.
This is 5/4 thick. See the difference?
Yeah.
Well, I had this put on because I thought I could get more of this. You have to go to Anderson's to get this. They don't sell that in the box stores. They only sell the 1-inch stuff. So I had this side done, so I had to tear it off real quick and redo it with the thin stuff so it's all the same. Getting there.
Okay. Seth says there's supposed to be snow flurries tomorrow. So it is going to turn off chilly. But I don't know if it's going to or not. You never know. Here in East Tennessee, they could be calling for a dusting, and literally, like no joke, you can get a foot of snow. Or they could call for 2 feet and you get nothing. So I don't really listen to it. I really don't. But here is that old burn pile, looking good. Hopefully the tractor will come back soon. She's at the hospital. She's supposed to be back maybe end of the week or into next week, and we can get some stuff done around here. That thing is a blessing. What are y'all doing? You got your leg all cocked out. They're just chilling. That's what people say around here now. My husband, he doesn't like that word, but we're old school. Let's see, the first one at the door. Who do y'all think it is? Betty. Oh, Betty. Oh, Betty. Oh, Betty. Get in there. Get in there. You look rough. You got junk all over you. Scream it off. Goodness. All right, get in there. No, you can't come outside. Maybe one day we'll get a little fence for you. I wouldn't dare let them just roam around. We have a neighbor's dog who roams around frequently. He's actually on the other side of the hill, and he's been eating chickens. Not mine because they're put up, but somebody down the hill. And then a couple days ago, he was jumping up, tearing at their coop door, trying to get them out. So that ain't good. No, that ain't good. Back into the basement, or my garden room, fish area, canning supplies. I've got lots of stuff in here that complements my greenhouse and my gardening, homesteading type stuff. I used to raise baby chicks under here, so this is where I do it if I have some that I'm going to actually incubate and keep in a brooder. I used to raise silkies for years and years and years. Blue line silkies, that was the name of them, and oh my goodness, thousands and thousands and thousands of baby chicks grew in here. And I have some earlier videos, in my very beginning videos, that probably show a bunch of that. I've had cochins in here, but it's a really good spot because it stays nice and warm, and I got little brooders I can pull out and set up, so perfect spot. But right now I am going to do some seed saving, and I'll bring you guys along and show you guys what I've got right now. A lot of times at the end of summer, you've just got a lot of stuff going on, and you're trying to wrap things up from the garden. You're trying to harvest things, you've got canning going on, you're putting stuff in the freezer. You just got a lot all at once. So a lot of times what I do is I have like priority things, and some of the things I know that I can do later, I go ahead and I just set them by the side. I bring them in here and I put them in baskets because I know I can open up the okra seeds later. I know that I can sift through the flowers later. So those are things that were kind of put on the back burner that are okay to wait on. But now is the time that I'm coming to some of those things, and it's time to start doing them. So right now I have leftover pods for my okra, and these were dried on the plant until they were just literally popping open. The okra seeds are falling out of them right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and take those out and put them in a mason jar. Now my advice is to get some sort of bin like I've got here, just a Rubbermaid little bin. And when you open these up, because they're gonna fly everywhere, they're gonna go all over the place, you'll lose half of them. So that's what I do. See all those seeds in there? There's a lot of them. Now there's really no reason that you would have to buy more seeds for the upcoming season on most things that you grow. They're just really easy to preserve. For what you would pay for okra seeds, you can get so many more for free. And they grew from your garden. Say you were growing organically, or you didn't spray your plants with something that you didn't want on them. You know, sometimes when you buy them from a store, you don't know what the person that grew these, what they used in their gardens. Actually, I've decided to put them in my little sifter. That helps with a lot of different kind of seeds. I think you could feed world hunger with okra. I really do. It's unbelievable how many plants you could actually grow from one plant you saved the seeds from. So many. It's just very prolific. Alright, so that is what I've gotten from those right there. And I think that is going to be more than enough plants to start for the spring. I'm going to put those in a mason jar, label them. Of course, I know what they are by looking at them, but some seeds can be kind of confusing, so it's always good you label them, put the date on them, and you know, you can check your seeds before you start to use them in the spring. You can put them like in a wet paper towel, in like a plastic bag, and see if they sprout, see if they're going to have good germination. And you know, that'll tell you if you need to go buy new seeds, or most seeds will sprout. Sometimes they're not as hardy years later, you know, depending on how you've stored them, but that's one thing you can do. Very satisfying to have free seeds. Now these are some of my garden beans, and I let these dry on the vine. They're a stringless green bean, which I love. They're a bush bean. They're really easy to grow, easy to harvest. You don't have to deal with the strings. Baking and canning is a really easy process, and they're good. Alright, I'm getting a good little amount of green beans. Now with green beans, I normally sow them in the spring, but last year I just did them in the fall, and they did okay. It got pretty hot though, so all of them didn't do wonderful. So this coming year, I'm going to be doing them in the spring and the fall, just in case. Like one year I had deer eat some of them, and I like to put back a whole lot because green beans will last years. I've had green beans from 3 years back that we were still eating, and I've got some up at the house in my pantry, so I'm just going to get as many green beans as I can. They're nice to open up with a lot of different meals. I have a casserole that I use them in with chicken, and we just love them. Hands down, much better than the ones you can buy in the store in a can. So I think I'm going to take a break from seed saving. I've got flowers to work on. I've got some zinnias, marigolds, and some more sunflowers. They'll be next on my list. Got a little bit of watering to do. We're 72 in here. I'm going to have to come down here before too long and just go ahead and close this window and turn the pellet stove on. We are going to be pretty chilly tonight. The plants will appreciate the pellet stove. But we're wrapping things up outside. I'm headed in to make some chicken Alfredo for dinner tonight. And all is well.